Norrlenska nautakjötið, uppskrift af góðu kvöldi.
Daríó, alþjóðlegur fjallaleiðsögumaður og eiginkona hans Sabína sem hjúkrunarfræðingur og eru þau bæði frá Sviss, hafa undanfarin 18 ár ferðast heimin á skútu og frætt fólk og fræðst sjálf loftslagsmál og umhverfisvernd. Skútan sjálf seglskúta og rafmagnið framleitt með sólarsellum og vindmyllum. Þau eru nú stödd hér á Akureyri og áttu sitt 7. barn fyrir rúmri viku. Þau hafa ferðast til 100 landa og haldið námskeið fyrir yfir 120.000 nemendur.
So my profession is international mountain guide. So I was guiding in my home country, Switzerland, in the Swiss Alps, and I have a favorite mountain, that's Spitzberliner, and there's like a stairway to heaven out of ice, this really nice Bianco ridge, the white ridge, and when I saw this melting away, I was thinking now I have to act and do something.
Daríó ræddi við Sabínu eiginkonu sína þá hugmynd að gera eitthvað, þó að hugmyndin hefði verið aðeins minni til að byrja með, þá tók hún bara vel í það.
He said that he wants to connect all the climate zones and climb all the highest mountain, and only sailing, cycling and climbing. And he said it's possible in 4 years. And then I said, yeah, 4 years is fine. I joined you because 4 years is nothing. I mean, I was young, but then we could see that it takes much longer because we go into schools and if we really respect nature, we don't travel when it's stormy, so it takes much more time.
My idea was not to blame people, more to inspire people, so to talk about good solutions, good examples, people, they do really amazing things. And unfortunately, I don't know why in the news you hear a lot of negative stories about war and Trump and oil spills, and I think there's so much positive and so many good projects that it's really important to stress that also once, and also the beauty of our planet. Our planet is still so beautiful, so I can really we witnessed that in the last 18 years on our journey.
Upphaflega var ætlunin að vera 4 ár á þessari ferð og fara svo aftur til Sviss og eignast hefðbundið fjölskyldulíf. Hjónin voru hins vegar fyrir rétt rúmri viku að eignast sitt 7. barn.
When the first child was born, we have had just a feeling that we should continue and just find out if it's possible. We were not sure, and we were really amazed how good it worked. Actually, our children, they adapt much faster than we do as adults, so they never are seasick. So it's mom and dad, they are seasick, or when we come to a new culture, they adapt so much faster than we do.
Öll börnin gegna mikilvægu hlutverki borð og hefst ábyrgð þeirra í kringum 2 ára aldurinn. Daríó segir að þetta sé mikilvægt og til að það skipta miklu máli að börn taki ábyrgð og þau gegni mikilvægu hlutverki.
Where nowadays I have friends, they have children, they're kind of spoiled because they just have to go to school, and when they come back they have to do homework and watch TV, but they don't have, this feeling anymore that their contribution is important to keep let's say the family enterprise going. They were born in Patagonia, that's Chile, and André was in Polynesia, but then we went to Argentina and then finally to Chile, and then Noe was born in Australia, in Darwin, and then Allegra was born in Singapore, and then we have had Mia, and that was the only one who was born in Switzerland because I nearly lost my leg about 2 years ago, where I had to go back to get an operation, and so the last one on the most beautiful place, Akureyri.
Well, there was probably the nicest experience out of the 6 birth places or what I had here in Akureyri. It was really, really nice. And I'm very happy that we could celebrate this new life here with all my family.
Yeah, so it was really the best hospital we have ever seen. Yeah,
Really?
yeah. And I think it's not so much, about how many fancy equipment the hospital has. I think the most important are the people. And I think the midwives here, they were just outstanding.
Our education on the boat is for sure the most, it's very important for us that our children also have a proper education, because we don't want them to have be behind because we are doing something like unusual. And so at the moment we have 2 teachers on the boat, and that's really, really helpful, because that's a big thing to teach all the children. Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about your life on the boat. What do you do for fun?
Sometimes when it's not so wavy, we can hang like this out with this
Harness?
the harness and swing like that and climb. And when it's wavy, I like to, when a wave comes and the boat goes up, I like to jump when it's going down, and then you feel like you're going higher.
I saw some pictures of you guys when you were younger, that when your parents used to hang you up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes, that we didn't go to like the technical charts and scribble it. Yeah.
What's the most fun part and what's the worst part?
Hard question.
I like the surfing and the sports, and we saw orcas in Alaska. That was pretty fun. And the worst part was when somebody leaves.
Yeah.
So far, we met 120,000 students in more than 100 countries, not using a motor. And I think that's already quite a tracking record. But what's more important, I think, is that we really went out then with the students to do cleanups on beaches, on mountaintops. We were planting trees to really show them that's so important that we cannot just profit from nature every day with the clean air here in Akureyri. Sometimes we have also to give something back. What you do already very good here in Iceland, and I think Iceland is really it's a really good example and can be a role model for the rest of the world.
Children will be our future, so I think it's pretty good that we talk about climate change to children, because we will be ruling the world here in about a few years. And Iceland is the best example for environment thing, because it's amazing how it can with thermal things, but for the rest of the world, it's every miniature thing. If everybody does something miniature, it just comes big, and it really would be awesome, because it's this future for us kids.
You could clean up the beaches, because plastic goes in the ocean, then a fish eats, and now it's in our food chain. So you could clean up the beaches, or put the plastic in a plastic bag and put it to the dump. But but I hope we can save the world soon.
Það var til að mynda mikil upplifun fyrir fjölskylduna að hitta ættbálk í Vanuatu, þar sem mannát hafði tíðkast í gegnum tíðina og gerði enn. Manneskja úr hópinn var valin til að vera étin, en fyrst lifði hún í vellestingum í 3 mánuði áður en að því kom. Þetta þótti þeim hjónum erfitt að skilja, og þá ekki síður þegar kona ein úr ættbálknum hneykslaðist á þeim fyrir það að nota bíla.
She asked us then first, we were asking if why are you eating your friend? And she was like, are you driving cars? And we were thinking, yeah, sure. And she said, but that's also, you kill people. And is it, why are you driving cars? She asked us, and we said, because we have to go quickly from A to B. And then she said, well, but you kill people in accidents, and is it not much more is alive not more important than being fast somewhere?
Sabína segir ferðalagið undanfarin 18 ár hafa kennt henni óendanlega mikið.
Oh, I think I learned so much from all these people we could met, and these different ideas and these different solutions, and I think probably I became very tolerant, and the good thing is to always see both sides, because often I have my own idea because I was born here and it was always like this, but if you travel to other countries it really opens your eyes, and sometimes you think, oh yeah, that's maybe the right way, and that, I think then you start to understand people more, and I think that helps for peace, because I think that's really important that we have peace here.
Yeah, so that was in the Galapagos Island, and there was a seal tangled in a fishing net and nearly drowning. And so we came along and tried to free the seal out of the net with a knife. And that was, in the beginning was okay, but especially at the end it was pretty dangerous when he was kind of free. But because we were anchored close by, he jumped on our boat on the back here and decided that's my boat now. Yeah, Hans, we named him Hans, was our friend, and then Hans was with us for 4 months, and like a dog, you know. So it was really hard when we left then for Antarctica, and Hans was swimming behind the boat for 6 hours till we lost Hans in the dark. So that shows as one example. So for us it's always very hard to leave friends behind. But the good part on Hans was we were 9 years later, when we sailed the first time around the globe, we were anchoring exactly at the same spot, because we have had the GPS coordinates, and there was Hans barking around the boat, and when we went on land he came on land, and so you can always come back to your friends.
Norðlenska nautakjötið. Uppskrift af góðu kvöldi.